Today I'll be making kofta with potato. So this isn't the traditional dish. The reason why I make it this way is because I'm not a huge fan of kofta itself, but there's a lot of people that actually do like it the traditional way. I just make it in a way that's easier, tastier to eat and all that sort of stuff. So I start off by putting a little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom of whatever pot, pan, absolutely anything that you have. Just be careful that there's going to be a lot of liquid. I start off by adding the kofta. So I've rolled them up in balls. You just want to actually brown them a bit. It will be a full dish, which is fine. So you cook it off for about 5 or 10 minutes, depending on your heat on your stove. I'm using obviously a gas stove. So just wait until it's cooked off and browned, and then we'll go on to the next step. When one side has cooked off slightly, I just mix it in. So I'll keep mixing it around. And I add some onion. So this is 1 medium onion. And brown them all off together. This is a stage where I add a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Mix it around a little bit. Don't play with it too much. The more you play with it, the more it breaks up the kofta balls. So all we're now waiting to do, so you don't have to fully cook off the meat. You just need to wait until the onion has browned a bit. Now that we have a bit of color with our onion, it doesn't matter if your pot or pan has brown, that's all flavor. So now that we've done this, we just add the potatoes. So I have one and a half potatoes, so a large one and a medium sized one. If you do need to add more salt, you will do that when you've actually added your water and the water started boiling with the tomato paste. Now we're not trying to brown these, I'm just mixing them up a bit to be in there with the flavour. And I've got a cup of peas. You can leave this out, I just find that it gives it a nice taste. So just on top. And all I'm doing is adding a tablespoon of tomato paste. And then start adding in your water. You won't need a lot of water. I've got 2 litres worth. You only need it to the level of the dish. Yes, you will need to add more when it's cooked off, so it will thicken up. So just mix in the tomato paste and just leave it on the stove on medium to high heat, so depending on how big your pot is. So mine is to the level, so I don't really want it to overflow, but I also don't want this to be a very liquidy dish. So I've got it on medium heat, so I will check up on it when it starts to boil and starts to thicken slightly because of the potato, the starch in the potato. So I'll wait for it to cook off. Then I'll add more water if it's needed. Just remember, if you're doing a lot more for the family, so you'll need a lot more. This is just for a family of 4, and it will be served with rice. This has been cooking off for about 20 minutes now, and is ready. I didn't have to add extra water. At this stage, this is ready to be served now with rice. You can cook it off a bit extra if you want less water in there, but the potato has been cooked and is soft, and my peas are whole and fully cooked. I did use frozen peas, but everything is fully cooked now. And when I've poked the fork through the potato is actually ready. So serve this with rice